All right, welcome in. We got an emergency Breer report. Aaron Rodgers is signing with the Pittsburgh Steelers, 1-year deal. He will fly to Pittsburgh tomorrow. He will take part in the team's mandatory veteran mini camp next week. And obviously, this is huge news. Reverberations going to be felt across the NFL. So, first off, let's break down why this made sense for the Steelers. This is where their roster is, and this is why it was worth waiting for them for Aaron Rodgers, because they have a 31-year-old TJ Watt. They have Minkah Fitzpatrick turning 29. They have DK Metcalf on his third contract. They've got Cam Hayward at the very end of his career. This is a team that's leveraged and built to win right now. They were always a team that was going to be lined up to take a home run swing. And that is what this is. And I've been asked a lot over the last few months, why not bring Russell Wilson back? Why not pay to bring Justin Fields back? Why not trade for Kirk Cousins? Because this was not a team in position to just want to hit a single or want to hit a double. And that's with all due respect to those other guys. This is a swing for the fences. Now, it does mean they could strike out, but because of the makeup of the roster, they were in position to take a big swing to try to make the most out of what they have left with this core of players that has won the last few years, but has been held back by the quarterback position. So for TJ Watt, for Minkah Fitzpatrick, for Cam Hayward, for DK Metcalf, this is a godsend. And Aaron Rodgers should fit pretty well into what they're building there in Pittsburgh. Jalen Warren, they draft Caleb Johnson, so they're going to have a running game with a really good young offensive line, Broderick Jones and Troy Fautanu at the tackle positions. Maybe they go out and get Jonnu Smith now. They've got Pat Freiermuth at tight end regardless. And then at receiver, again, DK Metcalf to throw to. Calvin Austin, they really like him as a young player, and we'll see what they get out of Roman Wilson. So this move always made sense for the Steelers. They may only have one or two more shots left with this particular core of players. This is a great way to swing for the fences with that group of players in that division, with Lamar Jackson in Baltimore, with Joe Burrow in Cincinnati. You got a two-time MVP in Baltimore. You've got a Super Bowl quarterback in Cincinnati. This is fighting fire with fire. So why did we have to wait? And that's, the $20 million question here. And I think it's actually relatively simple. And we've talked about this over the last couple of months on the Breer Report. I would take what Aaron Rodgers told Pat McAfee weeks ago at face value. There were some personal matters that he had to work through. He did some travel over the last couple of months. And I think as much as anything else, he was marked by his experience last year in New York and what he went through last June in skipping that veteran mandatory mini camp really rubbed him the wrong way. The way that, he was received after having done that and how that storyline lingered. Mostly because, and I think his coaches actually agreed with him on this, like Robert Saleh and his staff, because he was there for 8 weeks of the offseason program and missed 1 week, where there were other quarterbacks that missed bigger chunks of their team's offseason programs and showed up for the mini camp. Aaron Rodgers got a lot more flack than they did for missing essentially 3 days of on-field work. And so in this situation, I think, at least it seems to me, I know this is the sense the Steelers got, that as he dealt with his personal matters, as he did his travel, he really didn't want to sign until he was all in. And now he is. And so this is going to be obviously a very interesting story going forward. It's good to have Aaron Rodgers in the NFL. It's good to have him with the flagship franchise there in Pittsburgh. It's going to make for a very, very interesting race in the AFC North with, again, Burrow in Cincinnati, Jackson in Baltimore, now Rodgers in Pittsburgh, and we'll see what happens with Cleveland. Their quarterback situation is interesting for different reasons. And it's going to be from the very top. The NFL schedule makers didn't do the Jets any favors. Aaron Rodgers will play the New York Jets in the opener. It'll be Justin Fields, ex-Steeler, against Aaron Rodgers, ex-Jet. Can't wait for that. It's going to be really, really interesting. Whether you like Aaron Rodgers or not, whether you like the Steelers or not, this is not subtle. This is not boring. We just got a very interesting storyline for the 2025 season dropped into our laps. And if you were paying attention over the last couple of months, it's one you fully expected. It's one the Steelers expected all along. It's one that Rodgers planned all along. And now it's here. Aaron Rodgers will be in Pittsburgh tomorrow, and he'll be on the field next week.